line with the
Try now.
Can y'all hear us? Yes to sound, no to sound.
thumbs up if you can hear us. There we go.
You got us?
Hey. All right, bro.
Welcome to the party.
A little hiccup.
That's a little pump fake. You know what I'm saying? Just a little practice. We're gonna start over. All right, act like that didn't happen.
We're coming back into it.
All right, go ahead, hit it. Woo. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday. It's your boy, Bo Smitty.
And your boy, D Wood.
All right, so once again, tonight we are going to be talking about some conversations that you must have before you get into a serious conversation with somebody. All right, the word for this week is relationship. Anytime you hear the word relationship from two of us, go ahead and join us in that drink.
All right, so the first thing that we're going to get off into again is the physical. All right, you see, you know what I'm saying, your partner, that physical attraction, appearance. How do you go about telling them or getting to them, hey, I like your physical, but without being overbearing or without offending somebody and coming off as all I see is your physical, that's all I want?
All right, so obviously when you first see somebody that you're gonna, approach, it's gonna be a physical attraction. So without getting too far into things that we already talked about as far as what we like as features and stuff like that. But one of the main things is just that fit appearance. That shows that you take care of your body. You care the things that you put into your body. So those things are important. So I think that's one of the main things that we kind of look at least I look at initially. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there's any substance to you, obviously you're not gonna know that by just looking. So that takes some time and getting, to know somebody and talking to them, communicating, however that's going.
So I think that everybody has their that initial attraction, that everybody has that thing that attracts them. Like some people like them tall, some people like them short, some people like them a little thick, some people like them a little skinny. So I think that, just being who you are and being comfortable with yourself, if I meet you a certain way, then that may be what, my attraction is. But when it comes to being in a relationship and going deeper down the road, how do you think that affects, like, I met you and you was, 150. Now you 180. So when it comes to like fitness and stuff, how do you come to your partner and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're getting a little thick around the edges.
So when, as time goes on, people do gain weight. Especially now, like with the COVID, you know what I'm saying? By the way, go ahead and get you a Whiskey Wednesday mask. If you didn't get one yet, hit that inbox, we'll square your weight. But with the COVID, you can't be in the gym like you was. So some people is packing on weight. And it's a tricky situation to kind of navigate sometimes because you don't want to upset your partner.
No.
You don't want to say something the wrong way. And then now it's like an issue.
Yeah.
Opposed to something that you just, just kind of want to raise awareness to. Like, hey, we've been on COVID. I know the gym's been closed, but you know what I'm saying? You need to kind of hit that gym. Crunches back open or however you need to put it. But it can be tough. It can be tough because everybody doesn't respond the same.
Yeah.
Like what I think will be an okay approach may not be okay for the next person. So when you're dealing with your loved ones, you got to be careful with this one. And I've been in this situation. So when you're dealing with somebody who kind of struggles with weight fluctuation, it can be like walking on eggshells with the weight topic.
And I agree. I think that working out together is a big thing. But the way I think you approach the situation is you tell them, you don't have to say, hey, you're getting big. Hey, you're gaining weight. You can say, hey, I have a goal of doing X, Y, and Z. I have a goal of losing this much weight, or I have a goal of being healthier and being, faster or whichever. Do you want to join me and be a part? Because as couples, people already know. I want to be a part of your success. I want to be a part of your happiness. I want to be a part of your comfort. So if you come to them and you approach them in that way, hey, I want you to be a part of my journey. But in the long run, we both go on a journey to where we get what you want. I mean, you get what you want, I get what I want, because a lot of women and a lot of men, even men, are secure. They're insecure about their features, their weight, their physique, and they're afraid to tell you. And by you saying one comment, you can kind of discourage them. And I think by encouraging them, by asking them to join along with, through your journey, you kind of give them that, that push and that desire, but also that like, okay, cool. I'm going to do this for us. I'm going to do this for you. But at the end of the day, it pays off for me.
So what happens when it doesn't work out like that? And the reason I say that is because I have been in situations where you tell that person, like you say, in that indirect way, hey, let's work out together kind of thing. But the response was, well, I would feel more comfortable with a personal trainer because I'm not going to work out with you. I'm not going to do what you say, even though, mind you, what I do for a living requires me keeping people in shape and getting people, to a certain level of fitness. But there's still sometimes is that pushback. So are you okay with your old lady going to the gym, going to crunch, 24-hour Gold Fitness, whatever, and having these big muscle-bound dudes they always have little tank tops on that don't cover nothing, and a little hips, hit a little hit it with the little thing. So is you cool with him training your wife in the gym, bro?
So I think, because sometimes it becomes an issue in the relationship. Because as we both know, coaching somebody to, get through those walls or meet fitness goals, it's tough. And they may not want you to be that person, in their life, whether it be a male or a female. If they're going in there seeking like, hey, I want some big muscle bound dude to be that dude for me, might be, kind of like an issue. But if it's not an issue of security or jealousy, I think, they should be able to have whichever trainer they need. But my thing is this, I have an issue with, when they really they get a trainer, but they not really, training. Because you have some trainers out there that they know their audience, and they know, okay, I got Susan in about 30 minutes and she coming in here with who goes to the gym and what is it, skirts? the skirt shorts? You know what I'm saying?
They don't even make those.
But I have seen people in the gym with skirts on getting trained by a trainer. Let's move past that. Not getting trained by a trainer. Working out with a trainer. There we go. All right.
I mean, I think I would believe that you do have those trainers that, that's their purpose. They kind of using their job or their position to meet people. But at the same time, I feel like if I'm capable of kind of training you, I'm not going to pay nobody to train you. For what? Like, if I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm doing, I can get your diet game right, I can show you by example and lead you to better fitness, I'm not going to pay nobody in the gym to do that for you.
But and my thing too, and I ran into this issue a couple of times, is where your significant other will say, well, you don't know what you're doing, and this don't feel right, and I ain't seen nobody do this exercise. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you ask me, I am a fit person. I've been, helping people reach their goals for a long time. So just kind of stick with me and kind of see it out. And I think it can cause tension in a relationship, most definitely, by you being that, trainer for your significant other. But it could be a beautiful thing if you know how to communicate, and get through those things. So,
but with that, so say like, y'all lady want to go to the gym,
okay,
right? So, like I said, I'm not paying for no trainer,
okay,
if I'm capable of locking you in tight and locked in. So if y'all get to the point to where you say, okay, that's cool, go to the gym, let the little dude that goes with the little tank top on, let him go ahead and train you. Who's paying for that?
Yeah.
How is that getting paid for? So with that, do you have your situation to where, or do you believe the situation with your bank account should be, you do what you want willy-nilly with the bank account? You got to run it through me before you go pay for the trainer? Or what do you think the best way to handle the finance issue within your relationship is?
So, bro, and I think that's another good thing that we can kind of jump into is finances. Because with that, somebody needs, like, we're not talking about short-term relationships. We're talking about after you're already established, after you've been with this person for, some time, and there becomes an issue, not an issue, but there becomes a thing of living together, coexisting. And I think that when it comes to the finance piece, somebody has to be the person, not to say in charge to make it seem like somebody has more power, but somebody has to have more, they have to have more awareness, and they have to have more say in, hey, this is what we can do, this is what we can't do, and this is what I'm not going to do, because it becomes a matter of wants, needs, plus, pleasures and desires.
Okay, so but once you had that established, or we rock with one bank account, so we get to that point. So, because remember, we're talking about conversation you should have before you get serious. So when we decide to get serious, okay, are we gonna say, okay, cool, we're gonna do one bank account together collectively, or we gonna keep everything like split, or I got my account, you got your account, and secret accounts? How we doing that?
So I think that joint bank accounts is not an issue, but I think that comes with entitlements, and that's marriage. I think that being married, having a joint bank account is not an issue, because you have signed on to give this person your life. So I think that, sharing finances, sharing bills and all of that, I think having a joint bank account, it makes it easier. But in the process, you should also have that, side account to where, you pay yourself first. I've always learned in finance classes, you always pay yourself first. So when it comes to, yes, we share a bank account to where we're paying bills, we're doing, maintenance, we're getting, savings accounts and stuff like that. But I think you should also have that side account to be able to spoil each other. So with that said, though, I agree with the joint bank accounts. So how would you feel, with just dating? Because you have some people that date that think, hey, we should go all in.
Right. Bank accounts it's a tough one for me, because I understand in the beginning, sometimes the person you meet is not the person that you end up with.
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on how things go.
Most definitely.
So there may be a point to where that joint bank account is cool. It might be like, okay, yeah, this sounds good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna leave me. I ain't never gonna leave you, right? And all that shit briefs well.
Yeah.
Until you piss her off the right way.
Oh my God.
Because I have been there. Females, one, they have a thing, they like to have secret accounts. One, let me just clear this up. You don't have to have no secret account. If we're gonna go to a joint account, you can have your own account, but you don't have to hide it. You don't have to be a secret, right? Because what they'll do, and I fell for this one time. I'm feeding all my money into an account thinking we rocking, right? And then when she got emotional about some shit, then she took my money, put in her secret account that I didn't even know existed. And now she looking at me like, what you gonna do? You ain't got no bread, but she got all the money and my money at the same time, because all the while I'm trying to be the man and not make her pay certain things. I'm trying to foot the bill just to be that provider for her. But in the end, when those emotions kind of switched, then I was losing.
So I think people kind of lose out whenever they do, hey, let's do 50-50. You have your account, I have my account, we'll just go 50 on the bills. But does it become an issue? And I've heard this. Some people believe in, hey, if you're a male, you're paying for the most expensive things. You're paying the mortgage, the car payment. I got the bill, the light bills. I got the trash, I got the electric bill. I got the gas bill. All that big stuff, that's on you because you're a male. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about that?
Nah, I think they got to switch up. So let me kind of digress real quick. So I do believe, because I don't think I made this point already. We can have a joint account, but we can have separate accounts too.
Yeah.
Now that joint account will be for bills, and then our separate accounts will be for like play stuff or savings, however you doing, right? Okay. But to answer your question, I think that's an old school mentality. I was brought up, even my mom told me growing up, that a dude is supposed to pay the big bills, the dude's supposed to pay the rent or the mortgage, the car note, the big stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the female was supposed to support that, but it always seems like the support is nothing more than the utility bill. It's like, I'm gonna pay utilities and buy groceries, but then when she buy groceries, she ain't buying the stuff you want. She buying $100 worth of groceries, and then that's supposed to last all month. So I don't agree with that. I think if we're gonna split stuff, let's split all the bills. Let's split the big bills too. You know what I'm saying? And then that way, maybe we do elevate our situation, and that's the togetherness.
Yeah. And I think it takes us into, like, if we doing 50-50, so let's just say, bill $300. If we saying 50-50, I'm paying, 150, you paying 150. You know what I'm saying? But what happens when you're the breadwinner or your lady is the breadwinner and she is making top notch? And I could, 150, I got that. 2, I got that. And you coming back like 150? What's next? What I gotta pay next? Like we gotta slow down. So do you find it an issue with the woman being the breadwinner, or is that even like, is that acceptable in a relationship? Or is it like, hey, you making this much, I gotta go make more because I can't have my woman taking care of me?
I think all day she can make more. All day long, a female can make more money. Females nowadays are more independent than they was back in the day. So, and they gonna tell you too now. Let's not forget that. They gonna let you know. Right. I don't need you. When I found you in the club, I'll take your ass right back and leave you right there.
Not by the bar.
Yes. Right by the bar. How about you a drink? Right. Don't forget it. Ooh. Don't forget it, how we met. But I think if she making more money, that's cool, because when you get to that point to where y'all combine stuff, it doesn't really matter at that point.
Yeah.
But it still comes back down to it. We're still gonna put that money in the account. It may be more work for me to come up with the 150 than for you.
Yeah.
But the 150 is still the 150. And then when we get to the point to where my account got my money, your account got what you got going, then maybe I just need to elevate what I'm doing. Stay my game up.
So I've been seeing a lot of comments about this, man. It comes down to a lot of ladies say your money is my money and my money is my money. What do you think about that?
That only counts when the female is not making more. This is one thing I say. All right, if a female is in a better situation, right, that's gonna be the answer. Okay. But I will also say this: if a female is in a better situation, they have the tendency to bring a dude up, at least a decent guy. They're gonna make him kind of elevate what he's doing. Mm-hmm. So I think if you got a female who's up here, she'll bring a dude up, and he'll kind of make his way up so he doesn't feel that imbalance, right? True. But on the flip side of that, if a dude is up here, that female, if he get him a female right here, she's
staying there,
coming up.
You're right.
9 times out of 10, she gonna kind of rock out.
Yep.
Right here, because she cool with paying utilities.
Oh, you supposed to take care of me.
All right.
You supposed to give me this lifestyle.
Yep. So she gonna be cool with that. And then on the end, if you get to that point, then it's gonna be, I'm taking you to court and I won't have.
Oh, yeah. So I kind of want to talk about this, bro. Like, so the other day, you know what I'm saying, when we was doing our whiskey run, you know what I'm saying, I kind of brought up dudes dating above their means. We always say when it comes to finance, people spend beyond their means. How do you feel about, the saying, dudes date beyond their means?
I have mixed feelings about that. I do like the way you said that. We should coin it.
Hey.
But dating above your means. I think when you meet somebody, maybe not at first glance, you kind of know where they are in life, mm-hmm. but you do get to that point where you do kind of understand it. Whether you say it out loud what you make a year, or just through the things that you're able to do. So either way, it's going to be communicated at some point. It may be where you live, what you drive, how you spend money, but at some point you're going to understand where you are. But I disagree with that, because sometimes the person you're supposed to be with, they just may be at a point in their life to where they're a little further than you, but it doesn't mean that I've reached my potential yet.
So do you think it becomes an issue of, so let's just say, a lady, she's used to her nice things, she's used to, her lifestyle, and you become a couple, y'all move in together, and she still wants to keep that lifestyle. And as a guy, you feel like I'm putting all I can in. I'm paying this, I'm paying that. You want this, I'm giving you money on the side. We got our accounts, but you're still seeking more. Do you think there should be like a compromise and an agreement to where we should have this conversation to where we can do this, you can have this lifestyle, but it's not an everyday lifestyle?
I think this is an understanding. So now she just has to understand what I can do. Mm-hmm. So when you figure out where I'm at, if you decide to stay, then you just got to understand that I may not be able to provide you with the things that you can provide yourself.
Yeah.
And again, that togetherness though, it won't take away from what she can do, because she can still do it for herself.
Yes.
And maybe I could supplement, and just buy the groceries or free up that utility bill. That way she can get the purse she wants for the money.
No, put a little extra on the produce so you can get that was it Michael Kors?
I'm gonna get that extra gallon of milk.
Get that Michael Kors.
Eat a second bowl of cereal on me. We good.
Yeah, that's funny. So when it comes to allowances and your significant other going out and they have that money. So when it comes to times where, say you hit hard times, you know what I'm saying? Because it happens, everybody hits hard times a little. So should you, boom, you got money in your allowance, your savings account, or your splurge account. I got money in my splurge account. Should it become an issue of we should still come together and break it? Or should we just be like, yo, no, you're supposed to take care of this because that's going on with you. Or I got to take care of it because that's going on with me.
I think that's where being the man side of it, like me being the man, comes into play. Because at that point, then I'm gonna make the call.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. You can do it. So I need your help.
Yes.
And if you got somebody who's unwilling to help, then you probably don't need to be with them. Because if I'm down bad and you don't let me be down bad and you got money, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole other issue.
But I think you have partners. I'm not gonna say women, but you have people that are like, hey, this is you brought this on. You supposed to get out of that. You. And at that point in time, whenever it comes to like, they have to give up and compromise a little more. Hey, no, this ain't us. This is a you thing. And I disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, being a man, you're supposed to be able to help out, and also being a woman. If we're in a relationship and we establish a partnership together, no matter if we have to dip into what we decide to set aside, I think it should be a conversation, but there should be some type of agreement to where we can still meet 50-50 and come together.
Yeah, for sure. At least talk it through, get both sides, and then come up with the best solution, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely. So with that, I'm kind of going to take us into like the next thing kind of is like gender roles. So when it comes to us being in a relationship and having roles, because in a relationship, everybody plays a part.
Bro, you said relationship like 8 times.
I did. Let's go ahead and get it though. 8 times?
It was like 8. It was like 17.
Mm-hmm. So you're just going to finish on your 2 and a 3.
They ain't catch it. They trying to finesse too. They sit at home.
I know. Go ahead. Hit y'all shot. Hit y'all little whiskey.
Yeah, we just gonna act like he didn't say nothing.
He ain't say it. I'm into the conversation. He didn't get it.
Also, bro, well, we didn't really specify. Y'all slacking on the giveaway. I just want to let y'all know. We put out a whole giveaway, and nobody tried to guess what we was drinking on.
I don't know why. We was gonna give them a whole bottle.
A whole bottle.
They could have had a whole bottle to drink with us on us.
With a t-shirt.
With a t-shirt.
You know what I'm saying?
A t-shirt.
So y'all missed that one. That's 2-6. Thank you, Marie. All right, so back into it. All right, we're gonna jump into roles. All right, in a relationship, there has to be a role I fulfill. I have to, live up to something to play a part in our relationship. So how do we establish that? But also, do you feel like a woman should take on womanly roles and the men should take on manly roles?
I think there's some manly roles that the guy should take on, and there are some that the female should take on. An example of that would be like the trash. Like I can do the trash. You ain't got to worry about the trash. I got that. But if I'm gonna give you one, you got to give me one.
Okay.
So if you ain't got to take out the trash, then I don't want to clean the bathroom. So you got to clean the toilets. But I think the traditional gender role thing is kind of to a point where it's not really as existent. I would, at least in my situations. But you have to do what works best for the team. Okay. So play on each other's strengths. If I'm better at cleaning the bathroom, then I clean the bathroom. You know what I mean? But I see now a lot of dudes seem to cook more. And before it was like the female was supposed to cook, but I know a lot of dudes that cook way more than their wives.
Listen, I'm a chef and I'm gonna cook up something good. But also I like for people to taste my food. So I like to get in there and practice my craft. And a lot of people say, like you said, women should be the cooks. And men, I'm gonna tell you this. If your woman can't cook, don't have her in the kitchen and then complain about it. Get in there, cook up something nice, show her, teach her how to season meats and how to put together, homemade meals. If you grew up and that's what you know, teach. Don't be the one always like, you supposed to know this, you the woman, you the cooker, whatever. I think with all of that, it becomes a conversation. You have to sit down and say, this is what I'm willing to do, this is what I'm not willing to do, this is what I can do, this is what I can bring to the table, and this is what just like I suck at.
So what if her best dish?
I already know you. I already know. Yeah. Go ahead.
What if her best dish is spaghetti?
All right. I know all you guys out there, your mama always told you, do not eat her spaghetti.
I just topped them this the other night.
You do not eat the spaghetti. This is like, you can't make, as a woman, all right? You cannot make spaghetti for a man, a well-taught man, until about date number 17. Longer than that?
About year 17.
Year 17. You can't. But then too, you have people that be like, oh, I can cook. I can throw down in the kitchen. What can you make? Alfredo. I make a mean Alfredo.
I'll take offense to that because actually
I
like to cook Alfredo.
See, you can't cook. He's going to take notes. If your best dish is Alfredo, you can't cook. Sorry, throw it out. So let's take it to a comment. We ain't hit a comment in a minute. So we got Marie. She said, I would love for a man to teach me to grill with charcoal. Hey, that's a bold statement. Because you got dudes out here that's using propane that really can't. They can't get out there and grill with charcoal.
But I think there's a misconception. There's a difference though.
Okay.
Grilling and barbecuing are different.
True. You're right.
So do you want to grill or do you want to barbecue?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So
okay.
And I didn't even realize that until recently. So to say to grill, that would imply like propane or something that you can cook.
Yeah.
But to barbecue would be with the charcoal, with the wood, with the newspaper. Don't use the little lighter stuff. But so to barbecue. But you know what? It's funny she bring that up because I always thought that was a man's thing to do.
Yeah.
Like I felt like a woman, and this is me being younger, but I felt like a woman cooked in the kitchen.
Yep.
And a man cooked outside. Like when it was time to have everybody over for the 4th, the dudes went outside with their sandals on, and in the heat, and burnt up and made all the chicken.
The Jesus sandals.
Them barbecue Uncle Grill Sandal 2000.
You can't forget the days you do with the apron.
Gotta have an apron. I don't know.
Gotta have an apron. But yeah. So I agree when it comes to barbecue. All right, because anybody can put food on heat and cook it. But when it comes to barbecue, it's an art. I love to barbecue. Love to barbecue. And it's to me, I consider it art because you have to make sure that the fire is right. The temperature from the coals and how many coals you got in there is right. You got to know what meat to put on at a certain time. You got to know how long the meat is going to take to cook to get that certain flavor with the certain, moisture and all that. So it's an art. a lot of people, I'm not even gonna say women, a lot of people don't have that patience. You have men that I just want to throw something on the grill and boom, you know what I'm saying, get in the kitchen for people to eat. I just want to have that taste of, you know what I'm saying, being outside and not being on the stove. When you have flavor, they got liquid smoke where you don't even have to smoke food, pour a little liquid smoke on there, it tastes like you smoked it. But like I said, it's an art. It's something you do around conversation, something you do around teaching your kids, something you do with that. It involves more than just, you know what I'm saying, putting meat on a grill for us to eat. It's a whole event.
Yeah, but that's one of those situations where with the gender role thing, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that because I feel like as the dude, I should be the one on the grill and my female should be the one making the sides, right? I would feel a way if I'm making the sides and she's the one on the grill. Why? No, that to me just seems backwards. If you're on the grill in the heat with the apron with the sandals on, because I don't even think they made those sandals for women. So them it's only dudes sandals. Like, so if your female gotta make good barbecue, she gotta have a sandals, but they only make them in men's. So it's like, so now she got on your size 13s, right? Stepping all on the back, feet just swimming in them, and you in the house. Oh, the macaroni? I don't know if that sounds right.
Making the queso, the roteo.
I don't know that. You whipping up the barbecue.
Hey, girl, you should come over. My dude make a mean roteo. Roteo? What you make? Oh, I'm making the chicken. I got ribs out there. I got a little bit of pork butt out there. What?
He made the macaroni?
Macaroni?
I don't know. I don't think that sounds right. I ain't going to that barbecue.
All right. So also, man, I think that, you know, with, you know, hanging out and being in a group setting, you know, one thing you have to watch out for is, you know, your partner and the friendships and the people that you bring around. And another important thing is friendships. You know, when it comes to having people around your lady and introducing her to new people, your friends, and her introducing you to your friends, how does that look as far as having double standards with meeting new people and having friends that you always had?
You gotta watch it only because sometimes you just don't even really know people's true intentions. Sometimes you may just bring your old lady around somebody and it's just, I don't know, something just goes off in them and you're like, oh man, I just gotta have her kind of thing. So you can find people getting disrespectful. So I think if you're gonna do that, one, do it kind of slowly, maybe kind of mention a person, kind of talk them up. But two, if you're gonna have your girl or you do it around people, make sure it's somebody that you trust, somebody you know for a while, somebody that you know ain't gonna be trying to do no slick stuff behind your back. True, you know that thing. So I was taught too growing up by my by my father that you shouldn't have no dudes around your girl. Yeah. And I agree with that to an extent because that would be unrealistic to never have your homeboys around your girl. But it's just how you do it. You know, do it in group settings if you can, or just with time, like with us. Like I pull up at your house and it's whatever, but I've been to your house a billion times. Mm-hmm. So obviously we know it's nothing. You know, I respect your situation, your wife, your family, and everything like that. So that's nothing. But you definitely have to kind of be careful who you bring your people around for sure.
I think so. So more speaking about like double standards is, you know, guys have female friends, women have male friends. So when you meet somebody and you're in a relationship, do they have to cut off those opposite sex friends in order to make a relationship successful?
No, but don't be trying to pop up with no new friends.
What? No new friends?
So if I meet you and you daggone talked about in the beginning, you already talked about Tyrell. Okay, cool. Tyrell cool. Tyrell probably all right, you know what I'm saying? But if we get down the line and then all of a sudden you start talking about freaking, I don't know, Jacob. Who the fuck is Jacob?
Who the fuck is Jacob?
I ain't never heard you in no, you know what I'm saying, 17 days talking about no Jacob.
No, not Jacob.
Nah, but said it's a Jacob.
Jacob need to go back to the gym.
Nah, I ain't cool with Jacob.
Leave the personal trainer Jacob at the gym.
Yeah, leave right. Jacob in Walmart. He don't count. But to go back, if they somebody that been in your life before I was in your life and y'all are, you know, friends, I don't see a problem with it as long as they respect our situation Don't be calling the house all crazy. Don't be doing too much. Then we cool. And don't be trying to act like you gay either. Just say you be touching on. You know what I'm saying? Cut that shit out too.
So, bro, I'm gonna have to take a different approach because I feel like, me, I'm an outgoing person. So I feel like, my significant other can meet new people, whether it be a guy or a girl, because there's a trust factor.
Mm-hmm.
I trust my lady, to meet and hang out and do whatever makes her comfortable and happy with, keeping the integrity of our relationship. So I think that when it comes to friends, you can meet new people, you can hang out, network, however it be, but it still becomes, a trust thing. But also, if you want to go out and meet and greet and get to know, I should be able to have that same, liberty to meet,
For sure.
hang out, communicate, and once again, it's a conversation that has to be had. It can't be like, oh yeah, I just figured out yesterday that I want to hang out and, meet all kinds of people. It has to be something that's established in the beginning.
Yeah. And with that though, if you can do it, I can do it.
Yes.
If you can go out and meet new friends and kick it, like you're saying, then that's just what it is. But I don't know, something about that is weird to me. There are certain things that will be developed. You're gonna have work relationships, you're gonna have networking situations. But I think when you say friend, at least for me, if I call you my friend, like I really like that's big to me. That's not just like an acquaintance type thing or associate. So if I call you a friend, then that means we talking, we probably texting throughout the day, throughout the evening, calling each other on the phone, do. I don't think if you had no dude as a female, you need to be doing all that. So I don't know. But if we established that in the beginning, and that's what you own, and that's what you want to do, then don't feel away if I do it.
So I'm gonna go to a comment, man. It says, friends be lurking too.
They do.
And I can agree with that wholeheartedly because, like you said, it's intentions, And I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say this: your friends find you to be attractive, whether it be physically, mentally. They find you to be attractive. There's something that draws you to them. It's attraction. It doesn't have to be an emotional attraction. Like I said, it could be a physical or it could be a mental attraction, but they like you for a reason. So therefore, you have to watch and pay attention to their intentions. Mm-hmm. Because at any given time, mind you, if this is your best friend, because a lot of girls have male best friends and a lot of guys have female best friends, So if this is your best friend, you're telling them what's going on in a relationship, what status y'all on, where y'all at, what's going, who they talking to and how you feel. So if I have ill intentions, I have one up on your significant other.
That's true. So
it's just a matter of you have to watch the intentions of the company you keep, but always know, and you have people say all the time, oh, how's she gonna leave me for her best friend, or she really liked her best friend, because there's already an attraction there. Yeah, we may have grown up together. Yeah, we may have been friends for a long time, but people don't become friends off of, oh, we just grew up together. It's an attraction. You're attracted to them, the way they think or the comfort that they give you. It's an attraction. Regardless of what you say, regardless of the time spent, it's always going to be an attraction.
And there's another layer to that. And I think the other layer to that would be your friends just might be attractive people.
Yeah.
I think my homeboys is legit just attractive dudes.
Yeah.
Like the dudes I'm around is good looking, handsome men.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no problem saying that. They good looking dudes.
Yep.
So of course, if you bring the people around, they might feel the same way. Like, okay, kind of cute, handsome, whatever. So I think that is a very realistic thought to have. And you would be kind of crazy to think that your person does not see that same physical attraction in your people if you're hanging around handsome people. But it goes back to what you're saying about the intent. Okay, but that's what I was saying before. you have to know who you bring your people around.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can look at you and say, okay, yeah, well, he a handsome guy. But I understand if I bring somebody around you, when I go to the bathroom, you're not gonna be in there like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? So let me tell you, you know what I'm saying, what happened. So that one time, you know what I'm saying? Let me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so when he go to the bathroom next time, you know what I'm saying, just talk to him like, I mean, just come in the well. I think we can do way better than he did, you know what I'm saying? So as long as that ain't going on, something went wrong.
You try again.
Tutorial.
Here we go. Here we go. Allow. Hit allow on the tab.
Is the storm coming back?
I don't know. Enter podcast. Take it off. Listen once again.
Yeah, so we just wanted to take a quick little break, I guess, apparently.
I don't know what that
You have to turn the other one off.
it is.